Hello and welcome to News Blitz special coverage of world events. In the latest development, Hamas #1 leader Ismail Haniyeh was assassinated by an alleged high-precision Israeli airstrike on his residence in Iran. The strike also killed his bodyguard. According to Iranian media, Haniyeh was killed around 2 a.m. on Wednesday. Reports say that the precision strike was launched from outside of Iranian borders to hit Haniyeh in the heart of Tehran. According to knowledgeable Hamas sources, who spoke to Al Arabi al-Jadid newspaper, Haniyeh and his delegation were staying in a Iranian Revolutionary Guards guest house in Tehran at the time of the missile strike. The same report said that Islamic Jihad Secretary General Ziad Nakhala too was also in the same building during the strike, though on a different floor. It is not yet known whether Nakhala or others too were a casualty of the airstrike. Earlier, 3 of Haniyeh's sons were also killed in Gaza in an Israeli airstrike on the car in which they were traveling. Haniyeh was in Iran for the swearing-in of the new Iranian president, Masoud Pezeshkian, after his predecessor, Ebrahim Raisi, was killed in a helicopter crash in Iran's mountainous East Azerbaijan province over 2 months ago. According to various media reports, as well as an Hamas statement, Haniyeh was killed a few hours after his meeting with the Iranian leader Khamenei, and after the swearing-in of the new Iranian president. This was the second high-profile assassination of Iran-aligned anti-Israeli militant leaders within 24 hours. Yesterday, in a precision strike, Israel killed Hezbollah's #2 leader, Fuad Shukr, in Beirut. Shukr was killed by Israel as a retaliation of a Hezbollah missile strike in Israel that killed 13 children. Shukr was also held responsible for attacks on U.S. targets, including the Beirut bombing of a U.S. premises. Shukr had a U.S. $5 million bounty on his head. Haniyeh was the #1 of Hamas and was based in Qatar. He was the leader of the Hamas in Gaza until 2017 before moving to Qatar for security reasons. As usual, Israel has not claimed responsibility for the strike. However, former IDF spokesperson Lieutenant Colonel Jay Kornikas told media channels that the Mossad had intelligence on all its targets in the Middle East, including Iran. Without confirming the role of IDF, he said that the strike likely occurred on the basis of actionable intelligence. Soon after the Hamas October 7 attack, Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu had said that Ismail Haniyeh was a dead man walking. With this statement in hindsight, it can convincingly be said that Haniyeh was assassinated by Israeli forces. Haniyeh was elected as the leader of Hamas after the death of its religious leader Ahmed Yassin in 2004. After a conflict with the Palestinian Liberation Authority, which is recognized by the global community as the legitimate representative of the Palestinians, Haniyeh largely remained confined to Gaza, from where he commanded operations of the group. After Haniyeh left Gaza for Qatar in 2017, he was succeeded in Gaza by Yahya Sinwar, who along with Mohammed Diaf, masterminded the October 7, 2023 attack on Israeli civilians, killing over 1,200 of them and taking over 250 Israelis as hostages. After moving to Qatar, Haniyeh was the political representative of Hamas to the outside world and had close links with Iran, and with anti-Israeli militant outfits in the region. He was one of the main conduit for the flow of funds to Hamas. Haniyeh was also the main Hamas leader involved in ceasefire talks between the two warring entities in Gaza and lobbied for the cause of Gaza in the sections of the Muslim world that supported Hamas and Iran. Both, Lebanon-based Hezbollah and Gaza-based Hamas, are seen as proxies of Iran's Shia regime. Iran's regime has built what is called an axis of resistance that spans terror and militant outfits based in Syria, Iraq, Yemen, Lebanon, and Gaza. Ironically, Haniyeh was reportedly not aware of the October 7, 2023, raid by Hamas on Israel. Media reports say that he got the information just 30 minutes before the attack and was later seen celebrating the attack. Haniyeh was generally considered as more moderate than his counterparts in Gaza, such as Yahya Sinwar and Mohammed Diaf. Mohammed Diaf, along with other senior Hamas leaders, was killed in an Israeli airstrike in Khan Yunis last week. Qatar had recently threatened to evict Haniyeh from Qatar, following which he had visited Turkey and met with President Erdogan to shift base there. Erdogan, however, though affirming allegiance to the Palestinian cause, reportedly denied Haniyeh a safe house in Turkey. The strike on Haniyeh is a humiliation for Iran, as Haniyeh was killed on Iranian soil and under Iranian protection. It is too early to say what fallout the assassination will have on the Hamas organizational structure and who will fill Haniyeh's shoes. While in Qatar, Haniyeh visibly accumulated enormous wealth, estimated to be over $4 billion. This money is allegedly money schemed from the top from funds that came for Hamas and for Gazans. Media reports says that Haniyeh, along with 2 other Hamas political leaders based in Qatar, had together amassed billions of dollars in wealth and were known to live a luxurious lifestyle. Many Palestinians criticized Haniyeh for his extravagant lifestyle in Qatar. This included expensive hotel suites, and a penchant for jewelry and high living, while Gazans struggled to survive under intense attack from Israeli forces. A raid on his sister's home in Israel revealed the following. In addition, there already was a conflict between the political heads living in Qatar and those led by Yahya Sinwar and fighting Israel in Gaza. It is reported that, often, Haniyeh made political decisions on his own without consulting the Gaza-based Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar. It is alleged that he made the decisions first and then asked Sinwar whether it was okay. The two have not really been seeing eye to eye on various issues concerning the war in Gaza. How the assassination of Haniyeh will affect the peace and hostage handover talks in progress is yet to be seen. Iran has already threatened retaliation for the assassination of Haniyeh on its soil. The National Security Council in Iran said, "The elimination of Haniyeh crossed the red lines, Israel will bear a great price." Earlier, Iran had launched a barrage of over 300 missiles and rocket towards Israel in retaliation for the killing of its topmost military commander, Mohammad Reza Zahedi, while touring Syria. General Zahedi was allegedly killed by the Israelis a couple of months ago. General Zahedi had replaced General Soleimani, who was killed by a U.S. strike during the Trump presidency. After the Iranian attack, Israel then retaliated by bombing areas in Isfahan, Iran, around Iran's nuclear facilities. Turkish Ministry of Foreign Affairs too has condemned the killing of Haniyeh in Tehran. The ministry said, "Once again it becomes clear that the Netanyahu government has no intention of reaching peace." Reacting to the assassination, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Russia said, "The elimination of Haniyeh is a political murder that we do not accept. This will have a negative impact on the negotiations regarding Gaza." Russia has close ties with Iran, which supports the Hamas and the war in Gaza. Similarly, Mahmoud Abbas, leader of Palestinian Authority and the president, issued an official statement saying, "The elimination of Haniyeh was a cowardly act and a dangerous development." It is yet to be seen what reaction this latest assassination provokes from Hezbollah. Its own number 2 seeker was killed by Israelis within the same 24-hour period. With Iran threatening revenge, it needs to be seen whether this would lead to escalation of war in the region. Kindly follow this channel for more details. Do subscribe to the channel, give the video a like, and share it. Thank you.